As usual, pause to read, and the formula will be on my Patreon and my website memberships. I've got a lot of ingredients to use up before they go off, so I thought I'd hit up my jerry can of liquid crystal concentrate. It's sort of a base, sort of an ingredient blend, by which I mean it isn't a base in the same way as Stevenson's body butter or melt and pour, as you can't use this neat. It needs to be incorporated into water in order to be suitable for use. Therefore, if something requires some level of homogenising, then I generally refer to it as an ingredient or an ingredient blend rather than a base. Anyway, this is a great blend of surfactants, stabilising ingredients and a conditioning agent, which can be used to create a variety of products easily, such as shampoo or body wash or a bubble bath. And it's quite cost effective, which is why I have so much of it. So here I'm trying to create a good cleansing, thick shampoo that leaves hair feeling soft and manageable. And I just kind of want to get that viscosity right, but obviously that's going to depend on a lot, including the fragrance oil. So let's get on with making it. So while I've been chatting away, you have seen me add the water, and then to that add the liquid crystal concentrate. Now, I'd suggest if you do have an overhead stirrer, use that. You will get a better result than stirring it by hand. I don't have an overhead stirrer, so this is just going to involve a lot of stirring for me. Yeah, you'll always get a better result with the right equipment. Just remember that. But you can't really shear mix this. It's a different kind of product for that. So once I've incorporated the liquid crystal concentrate into the water, you want to stir that very well so it completely dissolves in the water, and you'll see the water's all clear and there's no little bits floating around in it. Then you can go on to add your other two surfactants, and I'm using cocamide propyl betaine, which is a mild amphoteric surfactant that acts as a secondary surfactant to boost the viscosity and the foam. It'll also help counteract any irritation from other surfactants. And then you just saw me also add decyl glucoside, which is a conditioning non-ionic surfactant that also acts as a foam booster and an emulsifier. So I'm going to mix that up, and you will see it instantly thickened a lot. And that's what we want at the moment, because I have a feeling that my other ingredients are going to thin it down very slightly. So next ingredient I added was Saligard PCG, which is a broad spectrum water soluble preservative that's compatible with most surfactants. Now, although Stevenson's liquid crystal concentrate includes a preservative, once we water it down, this is no longer sufficient. So we need to add our own to ensure that the product is adequately protected. To do this, you can refer to Stevenson's recommendation guide, which is on their website. I will also link it on the Patreon blog. Then you saw me add my fragrance oil. I've chosen a lovely one from Craftiful. Highly recommend them for scents. They're very grounded and soft and also very strong. And then I added D-panthenol, which is a conditioning agent that binds to the hair shaft, coating split ends to make the hair stronger and more manageable. It aids in detangling and softens and moisturises the hair. The amount added here is recommended as a percentage load by Stevenson's based on the amount of liquid crystal concentrate that I used. Again, the formula is on my Patreon and my members portal. Now, these colours are water-soluble colours that I got from Aromantic today, and I'm testing them out. I wasn't quite sure how fast they'd come out the bottle. Turns out the red comes out very fast, so this is a lot brighter than I was expecting. But you live and learn, a bit of an experiment with those. I can see already that the fragrance oil has thinned this slightly, but what we're going to do is give it a really, really, really good stir. Again, if you've got an overhead stirrer, use that. And then we're going to leave it overnight to see any viscosity changes, any separation or anything before we bottle it up and pH test and all of that. So I will see you in the morning and we'll check this again. As a side note, I'm really loving these water-soluble dyes from Aromantic. Really, really good. Really strong though. Okay, here we are next day, and as you can see it has cleared up a lot and it is also thinned out a fair bit, but I'm quite happy with the consistency. I don't need it much thicker. If you weren't using the decyl glucoside, in fact, if you were just using the liquid crystal concentrate and water and your additions, then you could actually thicken it with salt. But to do that, you need to put your beaker on the scale and do the tiniest little bit at a time, because if you go too far with salt thickening, you can actually thin out the mixture. The reason I'm not thickening it with salt here is because I used decyl glucoside, and that can actually be thinned with salt. So I'm not quite sure what I'd get, whether it would thicken because of the liquid crystal concentrate or it will thin because of the decyl glucoside. An experiment I might try another time, but I did actually want to use this, so I'm going to leave it as it is. I also checked the pH. It came out at a 6, which is perfect for the D-panthenol. That's within range, and I'm happy with that for my hair, so that's not a problem. We're not going to adjust down or up or anything. And we're going to bottle it up. I only made 200 grams, so it doesn't quite fit in this bottle, but that'll be enough just to test the product and see how it fares. But for now, I'm just going to do a little foam test for you in the sink. As you can see, it's not too thin. It's just kind of a normal shampoo, really, consistency. But the foam is something else on this. It really foams and bubbles a lot. It's absolutely brilliant. So I'm really, really pleased with that. I'm glad I added the extra surfactants, because that has made a difference. It feels really smooth when I do take my gloves off and rinse it out. The hair feels really silky soft. It doesn't tangle. It doesn't feel drying. It doesn't feel draggy in any way, so I'm quite pleased so far. I will try it on my own hair and report back another time. But until such a time, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you give it a try. If you want to buy the liquid crystal concentrate, then you can get it from Soak Rochford. I am an affiliate of theirs, so I do earn a little bit if you click on their link, but that's below, and they have kindly given you a discount code as well, and they ship worldwide, I believe, so you can purchase that from there. Give it a go, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.